I can feel the excitement in the air. I'm not only the only one. We are late. It's Toastmasters, for sure. My name is Carlos, and I will be your master of ceremony. Whoa! Thank you. Thank you. Now, last Sunday afternoon, I took a flight. A flight from Paris, where I live now, to Barcelona, my hometown. Yeah, people from Barcelona. It was the first time in 14 years, that I went back home for just one night, to stay one night. But it was a special moment for me. I bought a ticket for a football match because it was the last match of a very famous Spanish player, Iniesta. The Spanish people, they already know who I'm talking about. Doesn't care. I wanted to be there. It was a special moment for me. The game ended 11 p.m. The players went to the locker room. And everyone there on the stadium, like here, stood up. 100,000 people, they stood up and we started to sing, waiting for that player to come back to the field, to take the microphone and to say something. And 10 minutes later, he came back to the field and he took the microphone. Now, you Toastmasters know, as me, how flat are speeches of football players and sportsmen in general, or sportswomen. But this time, it was different. He took the microphone, he talked for 2 minutes and a half, very few words, but nobody moved a finger. And we were all touched by what he said. He did 3 things. First, he made us think. He said why it was so important for him to say goodbye the way he did it. But he made us feel something. We were moved because he was moved. And he shared that with us with empathy and with emotions, with feelings. And finally, Spanish people, we honor him because he proved how good he is as a player and as a human being. He made us think. He made us feel something. And we honor him. Think, feel, and honor. Dear speakers, if you follow this simple rule, think, feel, and honor, you will deliver excellent speeches. And the most important of all is that you will build memorable moments. Moments that nobody will ever forget. And Greeks, where are you Greeks? Oh. They already know that since more than 2,000 years ago. Aristotle, maybe the best philosopher in human history, the father of Western philosophy, he wrote his treatise, Rhetoric, or the Art of Rhetoric, here. I mean, not here. I mean, in Athens. In Athens. It's a masterpiece in human communication. He talked about logos, pathos, and ethos. Logos, the use of logic, reason, think. Pathos, the emotional appeal, feel. And ethos, the ethical appeal, credibility, honor. Logos, pathos, and ethos. We need these 3 to better communicate, to better persuade. And Greeks know that since more than 2,000 years ago. Because you know what? Aristotle is the real father of Toastmasters. It's not Ralph Smedley. No, I'm so sorry, Ralph. It's not Ralph Smedley. Come on. Toastmasters was born in Greece. Toastmasters is from Athens, right? What are you Greeks? Say yes. Yeah, they say yes. Of course they say yes. And tonight, we are back to the city where everything started, Athens. And to celebrate this historic moment, I prepared a speech using Greek gods. And I'm sure that most of you, many of you, were expecting a speech using Greek gods, right? But there are way too many. I couldn't memorize them all. But how many gods do you have in Greece? How many ancient gods do you have? Oh my God. By the way, how do you say, oh my God, in Greek? You say, oh my 145 gods? Come on. Make it easier. Simple. 3 maximum, like Toastmasters. And I even bought that dress, the Zeus dress, the Greek god dress. White, blue. But I have been forbidden by the Greek team to wear it. They didn't want me to shake hands with our international president half naked. Greeks. Where are you, international president? He's not here. He's... Oh. Oh, okay. We'll have time to catch up. Don't worry. But you know what? I brought that dress to Athens. And so I think that we should use it, don't you think? Yeah, of course, on me, of course. But I don't want to be the one who decides, because the Greek team is going to kill me. So you will decide if I wear it or not. And I will play a game with you. Not now. Yes, no. I'm going to play with you. I'm going to take a selfie with all of you. I'm going to post it on our Facebook event, Rebirth in Athens. And if this post reaches 50, 100 likes, I don't know, 200 likes. 500. Oh, wow. That's, okay. 500? Who says more? 1,000, 2,000? No. 600. 500 is right. It's okay. 500 likes, I will dress up like Zeus. Half naked. And I will shake hands with the international president, half naked. I will do it. Wait a little bit. Okay, make some noise. Let's do it live, because does it work? Yeah? Okay, discussion. Clack, post my picture, done, and then say something about this picture, copy, paste. If this post reaches 500 likes, I will dress up like an ancient Greek god. And of course, I will shake hands with our international president. Post. Done. My God, you are all taking your smartphones. That was a bad idea. Even the international president is liking. Come on, he absolutely wants to shake hands with me half naked. Dear friends, during these 3 days, you are going to live memorable moments in a memorable city, in a memorable country. And like that football player, we will say goodbye to some friends. Because as you know, D59 and D95 are going to, let's say, disappear, and 6 new ones will be born soon. And this is a historic moment of rebirth. And for most of us, it's almost a dream to be here. And for me, and this is very personal, what I'm doing here is a childhood dream for me. It's a step towards my childhood dream. I wanted to perform one day a one-man show. And what I'm doing here is a step forward to get closer to my childhood dream. And you? What are your dreams? What are you going to do these 3 days to get closer to your childhood dream or dreams. Take advantage of this moment. Enjoy it. Do something. Meet someone. Take an action. Make a step that will get you closer to your childhood dreams. We are going to live a 3-day dream. A farewell party and a rebirth moment. Enjoy it. Grab it. Take this moment for you. And I hope and I wish that you will all be able to think, to feel, and to honor your dreams. Thank you. What's next? Oh, it's still me. Okay. What's next? Keynote. No, not yet. After that. Flag. Yeah. So you can read it on your badge. You have everything on your badges. So the flag parade. Easy. Very easy. Enjoy that moment. I will call upon the countries on the stage in alphabetical order. So we have rehearsed like 2 hours this morning to do that. Everyone is going to stay here. And once everyone will be here, I will ask each representative to say the name of the country and a welcome sentence in his or her language. Okay? So flag holders, are you ready there? Austria's ready? Austria's always ready, yeah. And Belgium, you are ready? Your colleagues are ready behind? Great. Let the flag parade start. I call Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Russia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Moldova, Norway, Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Ukraine, and finally, Sri Lanka. I need a microphone. They look beautiful. Take pictures, because I will take a microphone. Can I have a microphone there? The team? Hello, the team. Can I have a microphone, please? The mic. Oh. And you can take pictures. Oh, my God. Fristo. They are so beautiful. Right? Look at them. They are so beautiful. So beautiful. Look, yeah. Oh my God. I'm running a marathon. It's on. So remember. Country, name of the country, and welcome sentence.
Sri Lanka, welcome to Greece. Switzerland, grüezi, willkommen in Griechenland.
Woo!
España, bienvenidos a Grecia.
Bienvenidos.
Romania, vă
vă dorește bun venit în Grecia!
Polska biało-czerwoni, witamy was w Grecji.
Norway, welcome to Grackenland.
Moyen Luxembourg, welcome to Greece.
Latvija, laipni lūdzam Grieķijā!
Magyarország nevében üdvözlünk mindenkit Görögországban.
Hallo Deutschland, willkommen in Griechenland.
Suomi, Finland, tervetuloa Kreikkaan.
Danmark, velkommen til Grækenland.
Yeah.
Cyprus, καλώς ήρθατε στην Ελλάδα.
Bulgaria, добре дошли в Гърция.
Austria, herzlich willkommen!
Oh.
Belgium, welkom aan alle Gentoverts in Griekenland.
Oh, nice.
Croatia, dobrodošli u Greku.
Czech Republic, ahoj a vítejte v Řecku!
Estonia, tere tulemast Kreekasse.
La France, bienvenue à Athens!
Greece, καλώς ήρθατε στην Αθήνα.
Italy, amici, benvenuti ad Atene.
Lithuania, sveiki atvykę į Graikiją!
Moldova, bine ați venit în Atena!
The Netherlands. Goedemiddag allemaal. En welkom in Griekenland.
Easy.
Portugal, bem-vindos à Grécia.
Slovakia, vítajte v Grécku!
Sweden, välkommen till Aten.
At last.
Україна, щиро вітаємо у Греції.
You can put your flag in the right place, please. They were great. They were excellent. Right? You can applaud more if you want. Look at how beautiful they are. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, flag holders. You have honored your flag. Now, when we talk about think, let's finish. Yes. Everything is going fine. Thank you. As I said, when we talk about think, feel, and honor, we always think about extraordinary people, right? Who mean something to us. And today we have two of them, a man and a woman. But they're not a couple, as far as I know. And they also have childhood dreams. And they shared those dreams with me. Crazy people. She is from Porto, from Portugal, and she wanted to be, when she was a kid, a flight attendant. And he is from Bucharest, Romania. And when he was a kid, he wanted to fly on space. Well, you both wanted to fly. Today, make us fly with you. I'm talking about our district directors, D59, Anesbel Ferreira, and D95, Andrei Popescu. Please welcome Anna and Andrei on stage. Andrei. Where is Anna? Let's. So much love. So much love. I want it too. Of course I want it too. Oh, by the way, happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
The stage is yours.
And we would also like to invite Thank you very much. And to take that pressure off of us, just for a minute, we would like you to appreciate our core team. So we'd like to invite the District 59 and District 95 core team members just up here to receive your appreciation. Please, our core teams, come on, guys.
District 59 here. Francesco Fedele. Hi.
Hello.
Come. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we want to welcome us all here to Athens. It's been an amazing journey for more than a year. We've been honored to be a part of it, although as district directors, we had the privilege of being able to delegate. So maybe we got to the eve of this conference by being maybe the most rested people on the team. Who knows? But we've been thinking, because Anna and I have been working a lot together over the past year, and we were debating a little bit, kind of throwing ideas back and forth about this conference, and we thought of sharing that with you. So, Anna, from your point of view, what is the one thing that you find valuable in such events? What makes you truly thankful at the end of such a conference, wherever it is?
That's how many? No, real quick. Do you know that moment when you find someone and you immediately relate and you feel like you're totally connected? My youngest kid has a word for that, an expression. She says, "Oh my God, we're so twins." And now imagine, what do you feel in that moment? It's really nice, right? When you find someone that, share the same ideas as you, or think the same as you, saw the same things as you, went to the same places as you. So in that moment when you said, "Oh my God, we're so twins," multiplied by 850, potentially. So this is what I get from this. I'm a sensation seeker, so look around. You have all this energy, all these people tuned in the same way. It feels really energizing. So this is what I come from for the hype of it.
Beautiful, the hype. I love that.
What about you? How do you think that we also know, each one of us, how can we also give back? In what way can we contribute to also to be this even more memorable?
Thinking about that, a story came to mind. Some of you might know it. It's a story took place and it based on a true happening about 100 years ago, when two shoe salesmen from different companies, from rival companies, actually traveled to the dark continent of Africa trying to find a new market. And after a month, each one of them sent a telegram back to their company. The first one said, "Arrived in Africa, it's horrible. Nobody's wearing any shoes. They don't understand the concept of shoes. Everyone's walking barefoot. It's impossible for us to sell any shoes." The second salesperson sends a telegram home saying, "It's amazing. Nobody's wearing any shoes. We can put shoes on everyone's feet." The reason I love that story is because it really tells volumes about our attitude and how we can see the same thing, the same event, the same external factor, and take it through our own filters. So if there's one thing that we can do participating in this year's district conference in Athens is let's not sit back and wait for others to make us feel included. Let's not sit back and just try to take something out of this passively, but instead let's take an active interest into everything that we do. When we feel that maybe 5 minutes have passed and we haven't spoken to someone new, let's go and reach out and meet, just say hello to someone, and believe it or not, they will be happy about that. Yeah. So let's be active. Let's have that can-do attitude and take this conference not only as I'm here and something is going to happen to me one way or another, but make it happen. So let's do that, each one of you. So that's what I would think, Anna.
Not bad, not bad. Well, in case...
Thank you.
In case you miss some of the people and or you're coming for the first time and you don't know, we're going to introduce you to the most important people around, okay? So that you know. And so for everyone to understand who it is, I will ask when I tell your name, please stand up so that people could recognize you, okay?
Keep standing.
And keep standing. So just keep standing, please, okay? So it starts, of course, with our beloved international president, Mr. Balraj Arurasalam.
Let's give him a round of applause. Our international director coming from Region 11, Morag Matthiasson.
I'm going to say the current regional advisor, Aleta Rocha. And the newly appointed regional advisor, Elizabeth Notstedt.
There she is. Woohoo! Yeah. Keep standing, Elizabeth. It's not that easy. And I have the honor of recognizing the past district governors and district directors who have guided us as District 59 and then 95 of the past years. So the district governor from 2001-2002, Alain Pétillot. Woo! Yeah. 2004-2005, Odile Pétillot. And can you please stand? Can you please keep standing? Elizabeth is also the 2005-2006 district governor. 2007-2008, Zuzana Gorofa. Oh, Zuzana Gorofova, thank you very much. 2009-2010, Ellen Hermans. Hey, Ellen. And 2012-2013 was Morag, our district governor as well. Give him a round of applause again. 2013 to 2014, João de Mendonça. Yay! Yay! 2014-2015, Jaap Ruschenberg. Also 14-15, but for District 95 this time, Kees Broos. (2015-2016) District 59, Marike Disterhuis. 2015-2016 District 95, Tuire Volasvirta. 2016-2017 in District 59, Markus Kunkel. And 2016-2017 in District 95, Mr. Michal Talaga. Come here, Michal.
Oh, but we also have some guests from DTM guests from distinguished Toastmasters from other countries that we would like to acknowledge here. From Russia, Larissa Zorina. From Calgary, Canada, Caroline Coldy. From the United Kingdom, Florian Bay, Caroline. From South Africa, Jasmine Hecht. From Dubai, Lorraine Taylor. From Australia, Mark Snow. From Russia, Valeria Kolodovka. From Australia also, Robert Coburn. From Wales, Jean Gamester.
Thank you very much. Please keep standing. It's not going to take long because we're going to appreciate the district officers in districts 59 and 95. So this year's area directors and division directors, please stand up to be recognized. Wow.
All of you.
Yeah. Many of you.
And now, if you're not standing yet, all the pathway guides and pathways ambassadors that did an enormous amount of work, please stand.
Now this next one is going to get people on their feet. Please, let's appreciate all our club presidents, vice presidents, and all of our club officers in this room, please. There you go.
All the members that are here and took their proxies from their clubs to be at the DCM tomorrow to vote. Please stand if you're not standing already. And if you're standing, jump.
And please, all the Toastmasters members who are not standing yet, please stand up. Yes, that's it.
And if you're not a Toastmaster and you're still seated, please stand also. Go up to the stand in your chair. Jump.
I'll do this. The standing ovation. Is there anyone else seated? Please stand. It's that simple.
You see?
Wow.
That's how you get a standing ovation.
Yes. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's have a seat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Who says? Who says we cannot have a little bit of fun? It is my honor and privilege to introduce our next speaker. If we say 28 years, many of us can think about their age, or maybe the age of their children. But the gentleman who's coming up next, when he says 28, he thinks about his Toastmasters age, because that's how long he's been with our organization. I was actually talking to his wonderful wife, and she mentioned that one of their children was born when he joined Toastmasters, so her age is a reminder of how long her husband has been with Toastmasters. After being one of the pillars of Toastmasters in Sri Lanka and giving back everything that he's learned, now he's sharing all of that with us, with all 350,000 Toastmasters members around the world. It's an absolute privilege to speak to him. So if you have a chance over the next 2 days, do reach out to him, not just to say hello, but ask a question, something that you really feel can be worthwhile, and I'm sure that he collects the best questions. So without further ado, it is my honor and privilege to introduce our international president from Colombo, Sri Lanka, distinguished Toastmaster, Balraj Arunasalam.
Thank you. Agapiti Toastmasters Kalimera. I'd like to say all the 28 country flags and the 28 welcomes, but it will take a long time. But it is an honor and a privilege to stand before you here in Athens, in a place where Agapiti Toastmasters Kalimera is so vibrant, and I could feel the energy in this room. I am her first time. Because these two great people, Zana and Andre, told me to come to the first-timers reception this morning. And they said, you will be there. Because they believed that I am first-timer, and I believe I am a first-timer in Athens at this inaugural conference to me, which is going to create history. Occasionally in life, there are those moments in time of unutterable fulfillment which cannot be completely explained by those symbols called words. Their meaning can be only articulated by the inaudible language of the heart. Such is the moment I am currently experiencing, my friends. And why? Because I stand in front of 28 flags, because this moment in time is not a rewritable history for you, for me, for Toastmasters International. That is why I feel that moment in life. And I'd like to, Anna and Andreas recognized, but like to recognize some people in the audience who created this history. There were many, but I'd like to name a few for you to just understand where it all started. I don't want to miss, and I don't want to get my facts right. It was at the Bossuet Gaveliers in Luxembourg, your oldest club in Europe, started on 1st June 1956. And in that line of order, there were many, many US Marine officers who created this movement called Toastmasters in Europe. And then it lasted. Ralph Smedley set his vision in 1905 to start Toastmasters International or Toastmasters Club. But he was able to realize that vision only in 1924, which you and I know. Likewise, 1956, your first club emerged. Until 1990, when some people came together to actually start to form a territorial council. Some of you may not know what a territorial council, because when you go back to the US, they don't know. But we know, because we feel the pain. And in that line, I would like to recognize Rob Coburn from Australia, who tried that initiative in 1990, and then keep standing, and then again relived the vision in 2000. And in that, there was one couple who stood up here. Couple, husband, wife, the best combination in leadership. He has succeeded, Alan has succeeded. I'm not. I'm trying for the last 28 years. Hope I succeed. And so, Petilo, Alan, and Odile. Thank you. And Peter Runner, who went back to the US, a Marine officer in 1996, was also involved, whom I would like to recollect at this moment in time. The Magyars, Christopher, again a couple, and Christopher and Dennis from Munich, who also went back to Long Island, who were also involved in this business of creating. And Hestfels Dirk and Luciana from Munich again was very active from 1996 to 2008. Shall we all recognize these people for creating that history? Growth brings happiness. It also brings sadness. So I can feel that happiness and the sadness in your faces as you come together as District 59 and 95 this morning to be here at this conference, because you really create history here, and that is why I'm here. I started my Toastmasters journey in 1989 because I got married in 1988. I'm sure, needless to say why. I needed an escape route, and I also needed a freedom of expression in a place where people will listen to me. So I went into Rotary. Some of you Rotarians here? Yeah, I went there. And I was a young, chubby boy, double my size. I quite didn't fit in there because of the age of the members. At that time, probably the Rotarians' average age was probably 70. I quite didn't fit in there, and I went into Lions. The meeting was to start at 6:30. Any Lion members here? Not one? I'm safe to share this then. I went because I saw the meeting time was 6:30. And I went in there, it was 7:30, no color of meeting starting. And then they got together and had dinner first. and eventually the meeting started. I quite didn't fit in there as well. Then one of my uncles said, there is a group called Toastmasters. I don't know what they do. We can test it out. In 1989. And he took me to this strange club called the Colombo Toastmasters Club, the one and only club in Sri Lanka at that time. And I went in there, and there were some strange people out there. I went into thinking that they will toast with wine and break some bread. Nothing happened. They were giving speeches. Friends, and these were eminent people in the city of Colombo. Some of those British colony people will know. The Inspector General of Police, the Commissioner of Inland Revenue, Chairman of PricewaterhouseCoopers, and all these people, eminent people giving speeches. And their friends evaluating these speeches. A speech was 5 to 7 minutes according to the manual, competent Toastmaster manual. And their friends are now evaluating this speech for 10 to 14 minutes. Only thing they did not do is to rip the clothes apart from the person. Everything else was ripped apart. You talk of all the 34 nuances of public speaking was critically analyzed. I thought, I can stay here. Why? To speak? Not to speak. That was not my cup of tea. 5:30 in the evening, young chubby boy, after a hard day's work in my father's company, 5:30, then and now, my club meets at a 5-star hotel. Then and now, and 3 pastries, ribbon cake or chocolate cake, iced coffee, iced tea, free food. Why do I have to speak? No guest fee. Went in, 5:30, diligently had all those items. I don't miss a single. And then, you know, we run a session called Round Robin. I did that at Nokia yesterday. Some of you are familiar with that. If not, I will teach you. Get 5 people together and come, and I will teach you that exercise. It's an exercise only to speak for 20 seconds. And it goes in a circle and then comes there. If I'm seated right in the middle, what's your name? What's your name? Yeah? Chama? Chapa. Sorry. Chapa, yeah. So it starts here and it comes to Chapa. That was me. And it was almost coming to that corner. I get up, walk out of the room. Nature's call. Who can stop you? Once the round robin session is over, come back and sit. Then they did something called table topics. 2 minutes. Now 20 seconds I have survived. And 2 minutes. And when the table topic master is reading the topic out, I'm tying my shoelace. So that the table topic master does not cite an eye on me. These were my beginning days until the then president started to realize this fellow is coming to the meeting, coming, eating, and going. And not speaking. I broke my ice. 20 seconds, 2 minutes, and prepared speech from the manual called Competent Toastmasters Manual, which many of you are familiar. And then I broke my ice, and then I gave my first speech, and I told you about the evaluations. I got one. So I decided, doing a project speech in my home club was nothing less than an MBA examination paper. So I spoke once a year. It took 8 years to complete my competent Toastmasters manual. But I did one thing diligently. I was only an ordinary member for 4 months. I was made a club officer, and I held the club officer position for 12 years. And I was the sergeant at arms of the club. And they got me to repeat 3 years in a row. Why? Because that time, the Toastmasters club meeting started the meeting, finished the meeting, and then there is something else which started, after party. And those whiskey bottles were safe with me. I had to carry it every meeting. After every meeting, I had to carry it back home, bring it back to the next meeting. Because no level drop, no adulteration, it was safe with me. But I learnt my servant leadership qualities from that, serving these eminent people who taught me leadership, my friends. And then I moved on, and then from 97 I was asked to be the president, and 98 and 99, and every year I found a scapegoat to be the president, saying that you're the most important person in this city and the whole club is looking for you, and where the hell have you gone? And made that person president and served in his committee until 2002, when I was forced to become the president of my home club. My friends, from 2002, July 1st, I'm yet to stop. I have been in this continuous journey of leadership, and I know all the pain that you would have gone through, and that is why I'm here. Generally, when an international president visits a district, no other district officer, board officers, board members, or region advisors are in that room. Yes, that's a rule. And who approves those visits for just some technical specifications of that is yours truly now, this time, because I was international president. But in this room, we have with us my board colleague, most respected, my dear friend, International Director Marag, in this room. And your region advisor, Aletta, in this room. And your region advisor to be Elizabeth, in this room. And another region advisor from Australia, all the way from down under, who is part of the history, in Bob Coburn here, Rob Coburn. And another region advisor who will take over again, but are currently elected, nominated region advisor in Keith Bruce. And your future aspiring international director candidate in, I'll get the name right, Theory. Because it's not about me. It's not about my approvals. It is about the history that you create, which cannot be rewritten with all these flags in time immemorial in Toastmasters International, because this is, my friends, our moment in time. 2 districts becoming 6 districts, never unheard, probably not to be heard for a long, long time. I congratulate, and normally when I go, I address the district officers in by name, the top 3 officers, but today we have in this dozens of officers whom I really can't recognize today, but all of you have created history as we gather here in this moment in time when to form these 6 districts. Congratulations to you, and I thank you for spreading this message of Toastmasters International in the continental Europe. Great times are yet to come. Yes, we have rolled out Pathways after 94 years, and you have it in your hand. And as I stand here, I would like to just mention last night. Usually in Toastmasters International, the program, about 10% of our members work on the Competent Communicator Manual. That's the history we have. As we just completed the launch of Pathways a couple of days ago, and we proudly can now claim we have launched Pathways throughout the world, last night we have hit 100,000 members enrolled in the first level of our Pathways program, my friends. What more testimony we need to realize that Pathways is the future Pathways. People ask me, what do I do even now while walking the steps, what do you do as an international president? Do you work for Toastmasters International? Yes, I do work, but I don't get paid. In recent times, I just want to leave some thoughts for you to understand whether you're a speaker or a leader, which has helped me in my journey of leadership for the last 28 years, from Sergeant at Arms to right up to here, and then I would like to share that with you. Recently, I went into a club in Australia, to find out how a club operates in Australia, because I was visiting District 70 and District 90. And the club was meeting at 6:45. I purposely went 10 minutes late because I wanted to see how that room generates energy and what does it feel. People say that our club meetings are boring. It's only about 8 to 10 people, but I just wanted first-hand information. I went into this meeting at 6:55 with 2 of my friends, and then I walked into the meeting, and then some officers who saw me walking in just said, there are some back row seats, back bench seats, you can take your seat there. Take your seat there. I took my seat, and then, luckily there was a 12 minutes break in the agenda like the one that we had at Nokia yesterday. I went to Nokia yesterday. We had an in-between break to do the fellowship part of it, and at that time. But while the meeting was going on, there was a girl who was looking at me, putting her head down, looking at me, putting her head down. And this 12 minutes break came, and before the break, they asked me to introduce where I am from. So I said, I'm Balraj from Sri Lanka. They quite didn't get it. It's okay. Until this girl came up to me. It was Monash Toastmasters Club, but this girl came up to me and said, are you the same person I read the magazine this morning? Are you that person? What can I say? I can't lie anymore, right? So I said, yes, I am that person. But I was so happy that there was at least one person who is reading my presidential columns from the magazine. But I know here in all the 6 districts going to be members, you diligently read the magazine. You're a different lot. That's why this energy is so high. But some of your magazines are still in the polythene bag. Polythene is reading the magazine. It's okay. I have seen many like that. I have done that. But I found out everything about the meeting, how it operates, until that girl got excited and said, we have the international president here. And then the whole club got excited, and the backbench seat came to the front row seating. And I was given free time to speak however much I want. All that is history. But my lesson that I learned today, that day, that evening was, it was not the position I hold. It was not about the position I hold. Yes, I am international president, so what? It was the purpose over position. My purpose in going to that meeting was to find out how that club operates, so that I have first-hand information to get into the district and talk with the district officers with knowledge. My friends, purpose over position. Purpose over position. As I walk through in this profit world and the non-profit world, I see leaders who lose sight of the purpose and get obsessed over positions. That's what I learned that day. And my wife and I, she's here, and wife and I went into, that was my first lesson in this journey, in this leadership journey for the last 1 year. I went into a club in November in Seattle, and I was asked to wait in the foyer area, lobby of that meeting venue. And then I met a girl called Amanda, remember, who came up to me and I was trying to attract her attention, and I asked her, Amanda, what do you want in life? She quite didn't answer that. I know most of us can't answer that question. Then I said, what do you want from Toastmasters that could stay a catalyst to what you want to realize in your life? And I asked her that. And she said, I quite don't have time to speak to you because I have to get to the meeting. In 2 minutes, the meeting will start. And I quite don't have time to talk to you. Fine. It was okay. And then I was waiting outside because there's 2 Sri Lankan girls who were trying to give my wife and I a Sri Lankan welcome. So because of that, I went there, and then we were walked in with another board colleague of my, Jim Sultan and Pat, and walked in. They were in the Sri Lankan traditional way. They were trying to garland myself and wife with some flowers. And this Amanda looked behind and saw, who is this person being garlanded? Because I came to this meeting to meet the international president. And now I think, he's the person whom I said, I don't have time to speak to you. That's okay. And then went into the meeting, sat, and the meeting started. They recognized me, and all that is fine. And Amanda came up to speak to the audience because she was called up for a table topics. She completely forgot the topic. And she went up and started apologizing, regretting for saying to the international president that I didn't have time to speak to you. And she was sweating and embarrassed, and you know what would have gone through her mind. And then she sat down. I was called to speak towards the end of the meeting. And I went up there and said, I knew her plight. And then I went up there and said, Amanda, you were right. You had to be on time for the meeting because we talk about being punctual. You did nothing wrong in just getting away from me, and you were focused on the meeting, and I did so many other things to uplift her, uplift her, and then made her smile once again. My friends, that day I learned humility over position. Humility over position. There are some times that leaders demand respect, forgetting the humble part of leadership. So that day I learned it is so important to be humble in leadership always and be focused, of course. That's what I learned that evening. And then in recent times, I know you all read the magazine so diligently. In the February column, what did I write? I think someone is able to remember here. February column, what month is that? Month of Valentine's. That's what I wrote on. And then I wrote on the Valentine's, and then I also said that I wrote about relationships. It is very important to build relationships in leadership. And I wrote about our CEO, Daniel Rex, and said, I've known this man from 1995 when I was just a club officer, when he did not know where Sri Lanka was, because American geography is a little weak. And then I wrote and said, there are times in the last couple of years in my leadership track as an executive officer, I've had difficult conversations with Dan in the best interest of you and I. Who makes Toastmasters International? Operational arm, strategic arm. Board versus operations. But I always maintain relationship over something. And I can share with you that I have learnt this from my mentors, and then I have learnt this diligently now as I walk through in this leadership journey, to not to forget duty over position. Duty over position. So that my duty is different and my position is different. If we can detach both of them, we will never fail in our duty. And we will not get obsessed with our position. That's what I learned in my leadership journey, and especially this year. But going back to 2003, when we formed the second community club in Colombo, or third community club in Colombo called Smedley Toastmasters Club, there was a father who brought his son, 19 years of age, a rebel at home, and for no crime he committed, and he brought his son and then held his right hand and kept it on my left hand and said, Mr. Balraj, please make a man out of this boy. And he was tearing. I said, fine, leave him, and then you leave it to me, and we'll see what we can do with this boy. And every meeting, because that time I was not yet, but I was going to tip to be the chairman of the Territorial Council of South Asia. You know how many words in that title? Right? What it really meant was to lead 4 clubs in Sri Lanka. Now there are area directors who run 6 clubs. That is for the vision that we set. And then brought this boy, and then I spent 30 minutes before every meeting with this boy, and I told him, I see something in you I don't know what it is, If you keep coming to that smelly Toastmasters club, meeting after meeting, we can help find that. I have worked with him 10 years. 10 years with him. Sometimes he loses, sometimes he wins, but every time he loses, he wants to quit from competition. Quit from competition because he did not quite realize what he was missing. Then my wife and I call him home and then give him a cup of tea first, and then tell him, give him a piece of cake, and then tell him, it is not for you to decide to quit, it is for me to decide to quit. For you to quit. I am your mentor. I decide. And you will tell it at the right time when the contest season begins and put him back in the contest. To make the story short, in 2014, after winning and quitting and coming back and all these things, with the topic I gave, yes, I was the one who said, I see something in you. With the topic that I gave, he won the world champion of public speaking. In 2014, at the first convention outside North America in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which is coming very close to you in 2020. And then he won this, and then yours truly got elected as the second vice president on the same stage. And people who did not know where Sri Lanka realized what happened to Sri Lanka. And my friends, with the title that I gave him, he won the world champion of public speaking, and he is speaking all over the world. And a boy who was in and out of my house, he knew, working with my daughters and my wife and I and everything. And today, I have to get an appointment to see him. Yes. And I'm happy to do that. And I'm proud that I'm able to get an appointment to see my mentee who has conquered the stage and who is conquering the world. And I'm mentoring him more than I did before, in order to get to him to the place that he is meant to be. And my friends, as I see in this room, as I have walked through this leadership journey, and especially in the last couple of days in Milan, I see truly the internationality of the Toastmasters world with your districts, and also wherever I travel, because there is one person who made me come to Milan, although it was only for 2 nights, and share my thoughts with people in Milan, was Valentina. Can you please rise? It's because of her I went to Milan. And when I was leaving the airport, she was hesitantly asking me, please finish all your leadership work, and when you finish your international presidency and all those things, when you have some time, will you be able to mentor me? But I saw something in her before she could ask me. And I went to Nokia yesterday, and I met from 2 Polish Toastmasters in Zane and another one, yes, and 2 of them who are fantastic speakers at the Nokia Club. My friends, in leadership, position is not important. What is more important to sight your eye on is potential. Potential over leadership. I see immense potential in the continental Europe here, in you, in every one of you, in everyone who is not here. Please see the potential in them. It's not about the position. It's not about being a club president, area director, division director, district director, international president. So what? sight your eye on potential over your position so that we can change, we can truly say Toastmasters change lives every single day. So the 4 things that I want to leave with you today is, what is that? P, purpose over position, humility over position, duty over position, potential over position. It is not the position. It is our member. It is our friends. It is our family in a place that is so friendly, and we create that such a friendly atmosphere right here in our clubs. And to do that, I couldn't have found a better place to be here. While you create history, we create history with all the board members here, and we are humbled to be here at your 5995 conference, which is becoming 6 districts. And some of you will get confused with your district numbers. And you will call your district director in this conference. You will identify this different person and say, you're going to be my director. That's okay. Friendships will last forever. As you came to 5995, you will have an opportunity to go to all the conferences in the Europe and renew your old friendships, and then also find new friends. Ladies and gentlemen, give your one moment in time when you are more than you thought you could be, when all your dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to you. This is your time. This is our time. This is my time. It will not come again. Let us grasp it in Toastmasters, where leaders are made. Thank you.